Opening ceremonies of the Heritage are reminiscent of the Royal and Ancient Golf Club of St. Andrews. They include the official recognition of the new team captain, the defending champion. In this case, it's Fuzzy Zeller.
CBS Sports proudly presents the PGA Tour from the Harbortown Golf Links on Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. CBS Sports presents the 1984 Heritage Golf Classic, sponsored by Goodyear, makers of Vector, the new design in radial tires. Merrill Lynch, a breed apart. Lincoln Mercury, offering a complete range of quality automobiles for 1984 from Lynx to Lincoln. And by Titleist, makers of the new cut-proof 384 DT.
Come away home, Hilton Head's calling you home. Harbortown's waiting, come home. Dolphins are playing, come home. Seagulls are saying, come home. Come home, come away home. Come away home with me. When the light shines from the lighthouse, it beckons me to the sea. But oh, Carolina, there's nothing much finer than you gently calling to me. Come away home, Hilton Head calling you home. Harbortown's waiting, come home. Dolphins are playing, come home. Seagulls saying, come home. Come home, come away.
All of us at CBS Sports would like to extend that message to you. Happy Easter. There have been ominous weather forecasts all week long, but so far, no severe weather has materialized. Today, although the wind has freshened a bit, the play conditions are still ideal. Temperature 80%, 80 degrees, humidity 75%, the wind southeast 10 to 20 miles an hour, and freshening a bit, the forecast mostly cloudy. Now let's meet the gentleman who will be reporting the action as today's final round comes to a close.
I'm Steve Melnick, and I'll be at the 14th hole, a 150-yard par 3. A devilishly deceptive hole with club selection the key.
I'm Clive Clark, covering the 15th, the longest par 5 on the course at 556 yards, and it's virtually impossible to reach it in two.
I'm Vern Lundquist at the 16th hole, a 398-yard par 4 dogleg to the left, highlighted by the presence of a 130-yard long bunker.
I'm Ben Wright. I'll be reporting the play from the 180 yards par 3 17th hole. A beguiling mixture of sand, water, and a tiny green that is the most difficult target.
And I'm Pat Summerall. I'll be at 18, a 465-yard par 4, one of the most photographed and one of the most difficult in golf. For more on the Harbortown Golf Links, let's go out now to CBS golf analyst Ken Venturi.
Something you're going to find more and more of, and especially here at Harbortown, are wooden retaining walls. They back off the bunkers, keeping you from the marsh. Just like Mark McCumber had at the 13th hole, he tried to play it backwards. On Friday, Hubert Green found himself here. He couldn't play it right-handed. He had a couple options. He could play it backwards and then go forward. He tried to play it left-handed. A lot of players can't play it left-handed. A lot of people think it's unfair. Well, it's unfair for everybody. So I guess that makes it really fair. You just have to know that they're here and avoid them. And a lot of times you just turn around and maybe just pop it up on the green like that. I don't recommend it. Not for $72,000. Let's go see what Tom Weiskopf has to say about the golf course.
Ken, the players will find this very evident this week. Off the green, because the small greens are going to miss some greens, and they're going to find close, sandy, and tight lies. From here, they will not use a lofted club. In most cases, they'll use a putter, a Texas wedge, whatever. But they'll try to start the ball quickly at the hole. And from here, they're only trying to make a par. They can't chip in from these situations. Now back to you, Pat.
Thank you very much, Tom. And we're back at the 18th green on the 18th tower with me, Ken Venturi, of course. And Ken, for Nick Faldo, this has to be, although he's won tournaments in Europe and around the world, this has to be one of the most important days to him.
This is the biggest day of Nick Faldo's life in golf, I believe, Pat, because he can disprove the British press that said how bad he did in the British Open and the Masters. This very well may be the day that Nick Faldo shapes his entire career, and if he wins today, all those in the past makes no difference. He is a champion.
Let me turn to Tom Weiskopf now and ask him, of course, he's played with Nick Faldo, knows him quite well. Do you think he has the golf game to hold up under these conditions?
Definitely, Pat. He's a wonderful player, a strong player. He moves the ball around very well, which this course demands. Now, he can't get concerned with Tom Kite. He has to still play this golf course, and there's a lot of great holes out there, and he can't afford a double bogey at this point.
And as the wind picks up, it should be even more of a challenge, although Faldo is doing quite well, thank you. He is 13 under par through 7 holes. Tom Kite is making a move at him. Is minus 11. Ronnie Black has moved to minus 8. Gil Morgan, Dan Pohl, and Larry Rinker all at minus 7. Hal Sutton is at 6, along with Chip Beck and Hubert Green. Bean, Thorpe, and Watson at minus 5.
In a world of distance and durability, more golfers play Titleist than any other ball. Now comes the phenomenon that could reshape every golfer's game. The new Titleist 384 DT, with 60 more dimples that turn 384 into the longest Titleist yet. Plus, a new cut-proof cover. 384 DT. More reason than ever to get a Titleist into your game.
What lies beyond the luxury car? The advanced technology of this luxury car. The new Continental Mark 7. The Mark 7 actually rides on air with a unique air suspension system. It levels the car electronically so that handling is reassuringly consistent. Finally, a luxury car that offers the unexpected luxury performance. The new Continental Mark 7.
Arranging your finances can be a fragile affair. That's why you need to build a lasting relationship with a firm that offers a full range of integrated financial services and delivers each with the same uncompromising quality. It is our skill at making every part work in concert to create a single solid structure that makes us what we are. Merrill Lynch, a breed apart.
A new design in radial tires is rolling your way from Goodyear. Say hello to Vector.
Hello, Vector. Unusual tread you got there.
Goodyear's new Vector has a unique tread.
Crisscross curves. What are they for?
Traction. All-season traction in rain and snow.
Just what we need up here, Vector.
Plus outstanding mileage down the road. Say hello to the new design in radial tires.
Vector, sir.
Vector. Thank you, Victor. Vector, the new radial design from Goodyear.
We all love golf, so we have to keep the game growing. One way to do this is join the PGA Inner Circle. Your contributions go to support junior golf and to bring new golfers into the game. So put something back into the game. Join the club.
In appreciation for your support, the PGA will send you a money clip, a bag tag, the Tour Media Guide, and the monthly PGA magazine.
Help ensure the future of golf. Join the PGA Inner Circle.
Call 1-800-PGA-6100.
Okay, now can you...
Don Pooley on the tee here at 14. Don just coming off a birdie at 13. As an 8-iron, as the players are checking the wind, which obviously a problem here in the water that fronts the green and to the right. Had an 8-iron, went back to a 7. Lovely hole here. Today playing at 150 yards. Don starts at left. And is the back of the green. Makes you wonder if 8 was the right club in the first place. Next to play here, a player who 2 weeks ago won at Greensboro, Andy Bean. Andy enjoying another good tournament, 3 under par in his round today, 5 under for the tournament.
Keep that down, please, Marshall. Just keep those down. Thank you.
Andy has an 8 iron. Hits the ball very high, the pin today in the front. He has the right shot for the hole.
You're right. Go in the hole.
Well, you heard him say it. Go in the hole. It lands just past the flag and runs to 25 feet beyond. And the final member of the group, Calvin Pete. Calvin started his round at 3 under, has dropped 3 shots to par. Ken Venturi sort of a surprise that he might be over par on a course like Harbortown.
I would think if he had to pick a golf course he'd like to play, Steve, this may be the one he'd like to have.
Week in and week out.
Get out. Get out.
7 iron for Calvin. And made the safe play, if not the right play, to the back of the green. To 13.
13 is a 358-yard par 4. This is John Fote playing with John Mahaffey and Jim Thorpe. Big bunker in front.
Kind of runs around in a kind of a U shape, Pat, and the toughest pin place, as we've said many times, is in the front of the green because it's surrounded by sand. The deeper they put the cup back in the green, the easier the shot.
Fote has selected an 8 iron.
Coming out of that rough, it came out a little bit hot and wouldn't bite. He's back of the green. Now it all depends, as what Tom was showed us today, depends on what kind of a lie he has.
We go to 17.
Where Bob Gilder is on the tee. Wind is freshening left to right. And that is an excellent shot. At this hole, which measures 180 yards today from tee to flagstick. Back to the 13th.
And Jim Thorpe getting ready, and when he gets ready, he pulls the trigger very quickly.
I don't believe he has much more than the wedge from where he put it there, Tom. That's an ideal shot, isn't it?
That was a wonderful tee shot he played, Ken, because there is a bunker on the left-hand side of the fairway that they have to avoid, but they also have to avoid that big tree, which he did. He's in perfect position.
And he hit a fine shot. Mahaffey now.
You know, this hole, Pat, just like so many holes, position is the whole thing here. Wherever you get it in position, you have to have it in play.
And we go to 14.
Don Pooley looking over a long approach putt. The pin right on the front of the green. It actually sits up on top of a knob. A lot of players from where Don is putting from have left it short. He joins a long list who have not read it correctly. Now you get some idea. The players have a lot of respect for the hole, yet it's not one that's given them any trouble this week because of the lack of wind. Calvin Pete next to play. Ooh, very nearly. Calvin's putting as witnessed by that one, is much improved. We don't need to say much more about his ball striking because that speaks for itself. Back to 13.
John Fote, you recall, hit his ball over the green.
That's a good shot, but Tom, so much depends on the lie back there, really.
That's right. If you catch a bad lie, those shots to get it within, 4 or 5 feet, Ken, is an accomplishment.
We go back to 14.
In a bid to move 6 under par, Andy Bean. Good Bermuda grass greens putter. Come back. Come back. Yes. Yes, indeed. Andy Bean moves to 6 under par. We talked about Bermuda grass greens. If the truth be known, their greens are full of poanua this week. Almost surprising the scores are this low. Thirteen.
Mahaffey. That's for birdie.
Greens aren't quite as fast as they appear. The ball stops very fast. I was out putting on them this morning, and they really don't have the speed they'd like to have on them, I don't think.
Ken, one thing they did do earlier in the week, they sanded them very heavily because they haven't filled in from the bad winter that they had. Consequently, the sand has really smoothed them out, and that's why the players are putting them pretty well. And as you said, there isn't a lot of contour, and speed is not a factor.
Jim Thorpe, the muscular former halfback. Pooley made his par, by the way. That was at 14. Thorpe is -5.
Good round today, Pat. 2 under par. This could put him 3 under for the day and 6 under for the tournament, and creeping up on the leaderboard.
He's birdied the last 2 holes.
Boy, that's so close.
So Thorpe will stay at -5. Faldo stays at -13 through 8, with Kite just 2 behind him at -11, and Ronnie Black alone in 3rd place.